what you just, Mr. David, Mr. Alex Matlitz, ladies and gentlemen. The most talented man in any kind of technology or media or film or anything. Many of you have seen many of our live streams, so he's over there working furiously on the piano. Alex has been our secret weapon through this year. He's been editing all of the many bits of footage that you have seen come out over the year, and he also is our sound engineer performance today. Every single thing that Alex has done has gone on. I believe I signed your community service form for his graduation. That this year, on paper, Alex did about 250 community service hours. So while he can't hear you right now, he's talking to David, I just want everybody and Tiffany and your entire family to know how much we appreciate it. Okay? Okay, so moving on, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Christine BARCLAY, for those of you who are joining us for the first time, and I am the proud owner and artistic director of BARCLAY Performing Arts, the producing company bringing you our Academy Showcase today. I'm going to start to look through these house pictures next year, like rock studio, and you know the fill-in, because so many of you are BARCLAY regulars, so you could probably finish my sentence for me. But if you are a BARCLAY reg, just sit tight here, okay? Start memorizing your lines. I'll have you guys, I should start having parents do house speeches and see how close you got. So, what if you're new and you're wondering what the heck I'm talking about? I find it important to give a bit of a history lesson when we have a show at BARCLAY, because we do so many things, and there are often things that many members of our company don't know happen when they're not taking lessons. So, for those of us that are listening, or our wonderful friends dining at Fernello who didn't know what they were in for tonight, I want to let you know that we are now 5.5 years old. We opened in January of 2016, and since January of 2016, including this pandemic year, we have done upwards of 60 productions. Of those 60 productions, they've all been full-scale Broadway musicals or plays or fabulous recitals, like this one. And honestly, this year alone, when the world shut down, we, in our pandemic selves, produced 12 full-scale productions in the past 12 months, which is incredible. Of the 12, this is the 13th, really. And about 11 of those were all live streamed from within the studio walls. Our production of Willy Wonka was our first live in-person performance in over a year, and that was done at the King Amphitheater about a month and a half ago. And if anyone was a part of that, that was something to remember too. We had a little fun with a tropical storm, and who doesn't love outdoor theater and a tropical storm at the same time? That's a blast. That being said, we still produced our show. We still moved forward. There were a lot of times that myself and Mr. Ullman, Mr. Jason, Mr. David, and everyone on staff, to be honest with you, we didn't quite know how many more days our door would stay open this year. And just about every single night I went home this year, I prayed that we would keep the door open the next day. And so, when about 4 weeks ago hit, and all of you kind of came back in person or came out of the screen, whatever way that you're here now, I think I can proudly say that we're not going anywhere next year. So thank you all so much. We have needs, but right now, today, and I'm not speaking necessarily financially, I'm speaking heart. That's why I believe that we're going to be completely okay. Because if any of you were with me and David and Jason last night at our rehearsal, and then again today, the energy and the spirit and the love of being with human beings face to face and singing and having music and art and creation, the excitement around that was so palpable. And the joy was so real and so tangible that we as a team, and I think all my kids can acknowledge this, we've just realized that there's just no excuse or no replacement for live, in-person entertainment, human connection, and being physically present. And I had an interview with some guy in Miami about halfway through this year when I was asked, how long can you do this, BARCLAY? How long can you do virtual classes and virtual shows? I thought that was a little bit of a rude question, frankly, yes. But I answered him. And what I explained was, people need to remember what the world was before it shut down. What were the things that made you want to get out of bed every morning? Who were the people you couldn't wait to see? Where were the places you couldn't wait to go? What was the national tour that you couldn't wait to have come through the town so that you could go? What was the new skill you were dying to learn? Because all of those things still exist and they're still there. We just kind of maybe forgot for a minute. And what I think each of my kiddos here remembered today, because some of them hadn't seen each other in over a year in person. Some of these kids have not sung for anybody, period, end of story, except for me or Mr. David or Mr. Omer, Mr. Jason, in over a year. And now they're going to get up here and sing for all of you and all of them. And they're going to listen. My feeling today is, I'm aware it's summer-ish, it's hot. I know, there are bugs. I know. I don't have a theater with walls today. But by golly, we built a stage, all right? So, folks might fight, okay? And this might get a little long. It's not going to be very long, but it's long, okay? If you have to leave tonight, I know, okay? We do church tickets. There aren't walls. I can't keep you here. What I can tell you is that this is a show. This isn't a recital. This is a show, and it's a show about who we are, who Team BARCLAY is, how far we've come, and how far we are going to continue to go. And so please stay as long as you can so that all of the students get the due respect and audience that they deserve, even at the end of the night. And I had already primed my kids and everyone to understand that if families do need to leave early, it's not free, okay? It's just that it's late and people have all ages. Now, how are you going to stay entertained through tonight? Or how are you going to move if it gets long? Okay, so for NDs, the ice cream place, they have any ice cream you get. You stay here for BARCLAY, they're going to give you 2 free toppings on your ice cream. Okay, so throughout the whole night, they're giving you routines, they're going to sweet tooth, okay? So if you need to go get some ice cream, get 2 free toppings, tell them you're here for BARCLAY, okay? Cornello has wine in here for you. Okay, so you guys can go ahead over to the table right here by Heather and Chloe. They will be outside with a waiter all night serving drinks, and we have waters and whatever else you need. They are also doing $2 pizza slices all night long for anybody who would like to have some food throughout the night. So you have $2 pizza slices, beer and wine, 2 free toppings over there. And this is the beautiful Miss Heather. So, first of all, many of you were here for the weird, was it Heather or Amanda? I'm not sure. It was both. It was Amanda and then Heather. It's now Heather. So this is Heather, our new office and business manager. Let's give it up for Miss Heather. Heather, my wonderful OG student, Miss Chloe. She is helping at the hospitality table. Welcome, everyone. Heather and Chloe, they're at the table tonight. If you need info, any of the candy, snacks, drinks, anything on that table is by donation only, and all the proceeds go directly back to us. So if you want to get some candy and throw some donations in the tip jar, swipe a card, we would be very, very grateful. If you want to make a donation in lieu of a ticket tonight, that's your girl to see. And if you want any clothes, any merchandise, we have some sales going through this week. So if you want to stock up on your BARCLAY swag or get a blanket or anything, tonight's a good night to do it. And Heather will help you out with any questions about the summer camp or anything else as well since you're here. Okay? We're going to get started officially, but I need to introduce a few very important people to you, right? First of all, to anyone on our live stream, hi world! This this is live streamed right now on our YouTube page and on our Facebook page, and I actually believe on Mr. Jason and my personal Facebook pages as well. So you can tune in wherever you would like to tune in to be able to watch our live stream. So any of your family members or friends that didn't come tonight can shoot them a text and let them know to tune in. This is Mr. David. Can we all say hi, Mr. David? Mr. David came on board in about November. Mr. Ed is still here. Everybody knows Mr. Ed. He's our music director. Did a bunch of our shows this year. He's always played the Recital. Mr. David came on board in about November, December time. He's been music directing several of our shows. He's our resident piano teacher, and he's also my other voice teacher, and always my schedule overflows. So Mr. David is playing live this entire night. Part of why this is so important to me is because our students have been singing to whatever they found on the internet all year long. Playing with live music and learning how to work with an accompanist and sing to live music at your leisure and to hear your pitches differently is a skill in of itself. So there will be no tracks tonight. The entire show is played live, and that man just psyched to work through since noon today about 40 musical numbers that he ain't ever played before. It's amazing. So let's give it up there. We're doing that. We have the wonderful and incredibly talented in virtually every way, including being everybody's best friend. Can we all please give a big round of applause to the wonderful Mr. Jason? And I've introduced myself, so last but certainly not least is Mr. O. Mr. O has been spearheaded making sure that our digital media stuff, all of the stuff that we did from the directing of the shows into making sure that working with Alex will all work in our crazy tech land, along with Mr. Ed, who helped with that as well. Alex and Owen and Ed, without the three of your help, I do not believe you would have live streamed 11 shows. So they were really a dynamic trio. So I would like to thank you guys for working so well together. So ladies and gentlemen, the team of BARCLAY Performing Arts, please say that. Thank you. All right. I'm about to shut up. Here's the deal. I'm going to get up and introduce kids as they go. We're going to say a little bit about everyone. I'm going to try to keep it a little bit briefer than I normally is. I'm probably going to cry all night. I apologize. Okay? Happy tears. It's just like all the red shirts, not on here. Okay, so if I get up on stage with your child, I can't play that. If I get up on stage, if David starts singing, if the kids start, whatever happens. This at BARCLAY, let me explain. That's okay. Make me nervous. Make me nervous. Okay, so here's what I will say, okay? I don't know where you all come from in other businesses, all right? Some recitals are very like, this is everything I've worked on, this is perfect, and this is my moment, and I'm brilliant, and if I make a mistake, then I failed on everything I've learned all year. That's not my recital, okay? This is not a recital, this is a showcase. This is a showcase of where these students are at in their products. This is not a finished product. These children are not expected to be perfect. They are not expected to be polished and ready for Broadway. Some are. Some aren't. They're all working their butts off. So, for those of you that know me very well, you're like, why is she bothering me, right? For those of you that may have come from other educational establishments, this is a party. So parents, no one's judging your kid, okay? So take that stress right off yourself. We're here to love on your children and to make them feel successful and fabulous because they are. And that's all we have to worry about today, okay? So when your kid gets in the car tonight and is mopey, please remind them of what you heard me say, okay? It is important to me that I do something that we normally do at the end of the show, that I do it right now instead, because we may not have everything here at the end of the show. So I'm going to do something now, and then I'm going to get off the stage, okay? There's one award that we give every year. There's one award. Because it's a world of participation abilities, and that's good for you, but there's one. It's called the JB Award. Any of you that may know me or know the history of BARCLAY, the JB Award is in honor of my dad. When he directed shows, when he was a director and he was alive and thriving, everyone referred to it as a JB production. My high school up in Massachusetts was one of the places my dad directed, gives an award every year to a graduating senior at class day. And it is called the JB Award. At the Copley Marriott in Boston, there's one award given every year. It's called the Rookie of the Year Award / the JB Award. I've had the privilege of going to Boston and presenting these awards a few different times over the years. The honor that I have felt is the reason that award is given, called the JB Award or the Rookie of the Year Award, is it's an award given to the kid who plays hardest for the team. That doesn't mean they're the most talented. That doesn't mean that their parents spend the most money here. That doesn't mean that their parents have no money and they're all doing it all by community service. That does not mean that they get a lead every time. They don't even really have to do a show. It means that you are rocking by BARCLAY standards and giving to the world and giving to your fellow teammates love, compassion, support, understanding, tolerance. That you're willing to help the staff when you need to. That you're willing to take a lead 1 minute and sit in the back row the next. That you lead by the standards of what it really means to be a part of a team, which is to think of the greater good of everyone around you and put that first in any circumstance. And we all know how hard that is, especially as a young person, to do. Last year, during our live stream, I had the privilege of presenting the JB Award to our wonderful Zeppelin Barrett. This is Zeppelin. I am going to say a few words about Zeppelin because her award was given out through a computer last year. Zeppelin joined us during Newsies. She was supposed to do another show, came to us happenstance when that show got canceled, came in, played a part named Romeo, was very disappointed with herself that she didn't get a bigger role, but stuck it out and was fabulous. From the minute Zeppelin walked into BARCLAY, there was not 1 second of any day that she was in the space that she was not trying to better herself, move herself forward, play for everyone around her. I believe, raise your hand if you had anything to do with Matilda. I believe Zeppelin, by the end of the show, had about as many roles as she did in this production of Urine Powder. Zeppelin kept showing up at the right time, at the right place, learned everyone's parts, even to the point when a couple girls did not make it on stage for the final scene, and Gus had to figure out whose eyeballs he was going to find to make sure the line came out right, and found Zeppelin, and she stood it right up loud and proud and delivered the line beautifully. Zeppelin, how old are you? 13. 13 years old, okay? I don't even know how many shows you've done in the last 2 years with us. 10 shows in the last 2 years. Zeppelin has grown incredibly vocally as an actor, as a performer, as a human, and I just would like everyone to be able to give her a round of applause that she can hear for her work. So that being said, I normally wait till the end of the night, but I don't want everyone to miss it. And there are gifts currently in the mail for Zeppelin and for this next person for their JB Award winning gift. This person is, I don't know what happened to this person. We had so much love and support from all different ways this year, okay? But there were a couple kids that from the day that the world shut down, there were a couple kids and families who made a way to still live here this year. And this person has done everything we could have possibly asked has handled themselves with nothing but complete professionalism, through a lot of weird stuff, has grown in a way that I honestly, in my career, I don't think I've seen someone grow this quickly and their skills develop this quickly. I don't think there's one person who has had any interaction with this person that could say anything, even negative. Not even like anything, I don't think. They have showed up on stage, off stage, behind stage, between stage, in a live stream, every open mic night, every class that this person could take, everything. Their family literally has made a budget and been like, if this budget will work, I will do whatever. And it is a true amount of love and passion and understanding for what we're trying to do and respecting our business while supporting us and loving us at the same time. I think if I say anything else, I'm going to cry, and I don't think I need to. The JB Award winner this year, ladies and gentlemen, is Bria. And if you stick around, I'm gonna let her. I because she'll freak out because she thought she ran. She didn't want the moment. What's up? Brielle is our finale tonight. So there you go. Now you're on stage. So Brielle will be bringing it home tonight. All right, be ready to get this thing formally going here. Let's go. I need my tweens and teens musical theater class. You'll have your own sharing, but they're going to kick it off right for us. This is our Teens and Tweens musical theater class. Mr. David and I teach, and they're going to do a little freak flag for Shrek for you. Let's go. Ready? Yeah. All right. We spent our whole lives wishing we weren't so horrific strange. They made us feel that way. But today you need to check. It's time to stop the hiding. It's time to stand up tall. Say, hey, world, I'm different. And here I am, It's hard to be a puppet now. Streets attack on you, but now. It's just how your actions. Let your freak flag wave. Let your freak flag Let your freak flag fly. It's fine. Whatever you do is gonna be great. Let's do it. This is Come Alive from The Greatest Show.
You can't take away the yesterday I'm walking. The natural reaction, but you can't take the switch back right against the darkness. The color blinded, you gotta be reminded. I never want to say I'm alive.
Next, whoa. That's why I don't usually use these. Okay, sorry. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I have a wonderful new friend to me that I get to introduce right now. Can Miss Evelyn Moore come join us on stage? The Moore family joined us this year. Hard, and I love it. All right, the girls came in, Isla and Evelyn. Private voice, private piano, dance classes every week. Isla was a lost boy in the cast of Peter Pan. They have come out with such wonderful love. I see Evelyn when I have Caroline running by her piano lesson every Monday in order to get to her brother baby's class. Such a beautiful, kind, wonderful, respectful child who has worked so hard on her piano and vocal skills today. Mr. David has been Evelyn's vocal teacher and piano teacher, and today Mr. David and I worked really hard with Evelyn, and she did a beautiful job. She is going to be singing Wouldn't It Be Lovely from My Fair Lady. Very cool.
All I want is a room somewhere far away from the cold night air, with morning almost shut. How wouldn't it be lovely? Lots of chocolate for me to eat, lots of warming, lots of me, warm face, warm hands, warm feet, our wound and lovely. Oh, so lovely, sitting absolutely still. I would never budge till spring. On the windowsill, someone's head resting on my knee, warm and tender as he can be. Who takes good care of me? I wouldn't be lovely, 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 lovely.
That end is so hard. I was going to be lovely, lovely. She did amazing. Great job, Evelyn. You're about to have a heart attack, aren't you? Yeah. She's never sung in front of anyone before. So this is like great job. Great job. All right. Then next up is somebody who none of us know very well. She hasn't been here very long. What she's all about. Is there like a girl named Tessa? So, Tessa Rubenstein and the Rubenstein family have been a part of BARCLAY before BARCLAY existed. Tessa was a student of mine at Bravo Performing Arts Center in like 2014 or something, I don't know. And before BARCLAY ever opened, and Rubensteins lovingly supported me when I don't know, went through a lot of weird phases trying to get this business open. And there's never a break in the love, support, the training, whether we were in some weird theater with big band guys loading in at night in the middle of our voice lesson, or we were in some studio that looked like a closet, or then expanding into a retail area, or coming over here to pull up the carpet. And so there has not been a moment that the Rubenstein family has not had my back. And in turn, I will always have yours. And I love you. And this has not been Tessa's easiest year. The pandemic year hit people in a lot of different ways. This wasn't her favorite. And it was totally my favorite. But Tess, through the year, one of the things that became very hard for her is Tessa, last time we saw Tessa on stage in person before Willy Wonka was Matilda. She was very different. A lot of them went through a lot of changes during the pandemic. Her voice changed. She was known as a belter, as this big brassy, loudmouth belter kid, and all of a sudden she lost an identity and had no idea what was going on. She couldn't belt anymore because her voice changed. Because her voice changed. And she's a soprano. And so she did an amazing turn for us as Eureka Salt in Willy Wonka, which was fabulous. When we needed her as a replacement, and after that I said, so for Recital, you want to like go root for them or do something else? She's like, no, I can't do that anymore. I want to be a soprano. So we're navigating a new voice.
Not what I said.
A little bit, sort of. We want we'd like to do it more. I would hear strong classical.
You said that. I went along.
So she went along. So that's okay to say. So, we're right. So the point is, well, that's Tessa. She always goes along. Okay, so moving on. Tessa and I went through a lot of, as you can tell, conversations about how to make Tessa feel comfortable. This is a really hard song, but it's beautiful. It's called The Simple Joys of Maidenhood, not I Want to Fall Apart. Tessa is going to sing Simple Joys of Maidenhood from Camelot, and I might help her, and that's okay.
Saint Genevieve, it's Guinevere, remember me. Saint Genevieve, I know her here beneath this tree. must admit I've always been alone. But Genevieve, Saint Genevieve, I won't obey you anymore. You've gone a bit too far. I won't be bidden, bargained for like fate and others are. Saint Genevieve, I've run away with loaded gun and fled. And from now on, I intend to pray to someone else instead. Sweet Genevieve, Sweet Genevieve, where were you when my youth was sold? Dear Genevieve, sweet Genevieve, shan't I be young before I'm old? Where are the joy you make? Where are all those adoring dancing boys? Where's the night pining so for me? He lives in death and woe for me. Where are the simple joys? Shan't I have a normal life of maidenhood? Shall I never be rescued in the world? Shall two nights never tilt for me and let their blood be spilt for me? Where are the simple joys of maidenhood? Beyond the pedestal, worshipped and competed for, be carried off like better still, cause I'm back to war. Where are the simple joys of maidenhood? Are the sweet, gentle pleasures unborn God? Shall the let their blood be spilled for me? Where are the simple joys, harmless, convivial joys? Where are the simple joys of
Come on, man. Work hard for it. That was wonderful. Congratulations. Now you got your belt and ladies and gentlemen. There you go. All right, next up. Thank you. I'm so proud of you, Tess. Really. I'm like, I'm gonna cry. Okay. Oh no. How do I do this to myself? Speaking of crying. All right. Where's that Andrews? Okay. That was the best, most entrance I could possibly have. Okay. You see how they talk? This is like, we're like a family now. It's like, shh, what on to? Okay, listen. All right, so we spent a lot of time together this year. So this is Zach. Zach and Noah, the Andrews family crept into our world through like the back door of the homeschool program a few years ago, and stayed. And now I can't imagine my world personally and professionally without the Andrews boys and Jen and by boys I mean you, Carl. Okay. I just want to say that we just did a production of Urinetown. We live streamed it. West Oka High is also doing Urinetown, like now. And out of curiosity, I think they watched. And anyone watching this live stream, hi, Oka High, hope your text one. Zach, who is worked really hard on his ear, his pitch. He's a fabulous performer, but his pitch. I cast him as two leads in Urinetown. One as Lockstock, the lead narrator, policeman, and one as this character named Little Sally, who is the female small child lead, and they talk to each other the whole show. So the cast looked at me like I might have lost it during the pandemic when I double cast that way, until I told Zach that Little Sally was going to be a puppet. Zach not only learned every single line of both characters and spent 2 solid hours with a sock puppet on his hand talking to himself, and did so, and exactly, and to the point that this fellow, who has worked incredibly hard on his ear, Apparently, if I'm correct, Briella Lacey was given a specific shout out during drama class at West Boca High by the drama director of West Boca High for his incredible performance as Lock, Stock, and Little Sound. So can we please give it up for Mr. Andrew? To which apparently some of those boys visited the other day and said to Jason, you didn't learn all those lines though, right? Like you guys have a key card for him. And I thought to Jason, I said, funny thing is when I cast Zach as those two characters, learning all the lines was not even the thing that ran through my mind as a problem. So he's singing a song right now. He's singing a song right now called Different. It's from the musical Honk. This is a song Zach, a couple years ago, played Ugly, the ugly duckling in our musical version of Honk. He was much smaller. And we wanted to see his growth. His growth is beautiful. Mr. David has worked very hard. And we're now going to hear again this beautiful ballad about being yourself.
For the fourth time.
Different.
For the fourth time.
I'm killing my mood. Different from the musical Honk. Second.
If they knew just how dearly I would love to, but it's true. I'm a bird who seems to laugh the night. I'm just different. I'm just different from the rest. And who can blame them wanting me to find another nest? But different isn't naughty. Different isn't bad. So why should being different make me sad? I'm just different. They're like peas from the same pod. No wonder they make fun of me. Life's hard when you're odd. But different isn't scary. Different is no threat. And though I'm still their brother, they forget. I didn't choose to look this way. I didn't want to be unique. I don't like these grubby feathers, and I hate my stubby beak. There's a runt in every litter, one black sheep in every flock. But when you know it's you somehow, your ego takes a knock. I'm just different, but I have a sense of pride. My looks may well be funny, but I hurt the same inside. Different isn't spiteful, different isn't wrong. So why is it so hard to get along? I only want to get along. Different isn't hateful. Different should be small. Different is just, well, different.
Can you tell they've been waiting for a stage? It's like, I don't want to leave. You guys, how does it feel to be on a stage and hearing applause? You feeling good? Yeah, it's been a long time. All right, next up, we have two adorable little ladies. Oh, their names are Sienna and Lana. They just joined us like about a month and a half, maybe 2 months ago, very recently. And they're doing they're not cute at all. Okay, so try to be nice, all right? They are sisters, if you can't tell, and they're taking my musical theater 1 class on Wednesdays. Right before musical theater 1, they take double private voice lessons with me. I asked them if they wanted to do something in the showcase, even though they didn't have very much time to prepare, and they were like, yeah, let's do it. So we're gonna do it, and it's gonna be great. And they're gonna do anything you can do, I can do better, from Annie Get Your Gun, and it might be the cutest thing you've ever seen in your life. Okay, here we go. And Mr.
Anything you can do, I can do better. I can do anything better than you. No, you can't. No, you can't. It's a climb. Anything you can be, I can be greater. Sooner or later, I'm greater than you. Say yeah. You say yeah. You say yeah. Yes, I am. I can do the cartridge with a single cartridge. I can dance to the rhythm of I can live on bread and cheese and on your lap. Yes, looking around and without you, I can surround in your heart. No, you can't. Yes, I can. No, you can't. Yes, I can. No, you can't. Yes, I can. You can. But I'm gonna cheap at 50 cents, 40 cents, 30 cents. No, you can't. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Anything you can say, I can say softer. I'll say anything softer. No, you can't. No, you can't. No, you can't. I can do it faster than a quicker. I can do it quicker. I knew that you could quicker. I can know everything that you say. Just gonna cut your answer. I got you. And you know you. I know. I told them in the morning. No, you can't. No, you can't. No, you can't.
So now what? Can we give them a huge round of applause to two fabulous members? Take them down, ladies, and welcome to them. Never leaves us. That, good luck whoever comes next. Who did I give the horrible task of going after that? Oh yeah, that was smart. Ashley Newstein, where are you? So, this is another person who doesn't do much here. She's new here. Ashley Newstein has joined us during the time when the whole world randomly found us at the same time, and Ashley wasn't connected to any of that. She just happened to be a part of it, and landed the role of Mary Poppins, and we did Mary Poppins Jr. a couple years ago now. Ashley is in 8th grade. I just want to say that again. Ashley is in 8th grade. And what she has done is, with her voice and her training this year, is something really incredible. Ashley chose to make sure that she kept training even though she wasn't sure her level of comfort with like coming into the studio and shows with us for the first part of the year. So what she did was she took advantage of all of the virtual classes coming out of New York City with all the Broadway stars and all the casting directors and all the agents. Ashley had an incredible amount of success in these showcases. And I believe when I talked to Mom, just to fully embarrass you, those workshops listed you as an advanced singer and actor for recommendations for all of your future New York training. So congratulations for that. It means an awful lot, I think, when I'm with these kids a lot. As you can tell, they're very comfortable with me, which is a good thing. It's important that they have experiences with other people to train. It's important they hear feedback from people they're not fully comfortable with. The fact that you put yourself out there in that position all year long so that you had us to come back to, you come back better and stronger is incredible. I'm very, very, very proud of you. Ashley and I have worked very hard to have her honor her voice. She's a legit soprano. She's not a Broadway belter yet, and she's okay with that and found a love for it. So we're going to give you some good old classical musical theater, just like Camelot. This was in my college book, the song I used to go to college with, and Ashley is going to sing it now. Mr. Snow from Recital.
His name is Mr. Snow, and an upsetting man is he. He comes home every night in his brown bottom boat with a net full of herring from the sea. An almost perfect bow, as refined as a girl could wish. But he spends so much time in his brown bottom boat that he can't seem to lose a small fish. The first time he kissed me, the whip of his clothes, we fled on the floor of the room. But now that I love him, my heart's in my nose. That fish is my favorite perfume. Last night he spoke like love, and a fair spoken man is he. And he said, Miss Pipperidge, I'd like it fine if I could be wed with a wife. And indeed, Miss Pipperidge, if you'll be mine, I'll be yours for the rest of my life. Next moment we were promised, and now my mind's in a maze. For all I can do to forward to that wonderful day of days. When I marry Mr. Snow, the flowers will be buzzing with the buzz of bees. The birds will make a racket in the church of trees. When I marry Mr. Snow, and home will go. And look above, so look a little dreary-eyed, living in a cottage by the ocean side, where the salty breezes blow. Carry me across the threshold, and I'll keep as meek as a lamb. Then he'll set me on my feet, and I'll say kind of sweet, well, Mr. Snow, here I am. And I'll kiss him so he'll know that everything will be as right can be, and living in a
Ashley, that was incredible. Eighth grade. What in God's name are we putting in the food these days, people? Okay, it's crazy. Ashley, gorgeous. We will hear again from Ashley at the end of the night. A couple of our kids who trained really, really, really hard all year long. We let you 2 songs, but they were comfortable with too. You'll hear again from Ashley. Just saying, there. All right, next up, we have just trying to get you to stick around. Don't be shy and help yourself to the wine and the pizza, ladies and gentlemen, okay? No one has to be polite around here. This is BARCLAY, okay? We are moving on. We have another member of the Moore family. Where is Isla? Get up here, kid. Okay, this is Isla. Isla, I mentioned how much the Moore family meant to us this year. Isla was an amazing addition to the cast of Peter Pan as one of our lost boys. You're going to hear her sing something a little bit like that later. But to kick us off as our first piano student, Isla is going to give a little tune for us, and you're going to go sit, and we're going to announce it in the opening music because I didn't write the title on my keyboard. Like a pro. Here we go. So, Mr. David's piano students are learning solo and classically. Anyone is interested in piano lessons, we have voice and piano also, so please. All right, we got, what is this, the Russian sailor dance? Man, thank you, Mr. David. This is the Russian sailor dance with Isla on keys. Got this, Isla. Fabulous, darling. All right. Next up, and I just want to make sure I'm doing a few swaps. It's the latest place. Yeah. Great. We have a few people who pulled out at the very last minute here today, so Mr. David and I had to do some orders of our books. Where's my friend Olivia? Where are you? Olivia. All right. This is Olivia Nasso. Now, Olivia had a real fun day today. Olivia joined us virtually this year in the clowning class and for voice lessons. And she had never met any of us in person or seen BARCLAY at all in the flesh or physically until today. Out of the screen, and it was a very funny moment. She came up like, we're real! So, didn't know each other at all. It's always hard with kids who are in the virtual lessons to always know where the music is being heard and whatnot. So we gave Olivia the song "The Lamest Place in the World" from 13 years old. It's a big song. She has every right to be freaked out. I have a lot to take even people who know me, okay, never mind knowing for the first time. And I'm very proud of you for the courage that you're taking to get up here and sing in front of everyone that you haven't even met us. This is amazing. So I want to thank you. So we can have your shield so you're comfortable, okay? And we're going to all support Olivia as she comes out of the screen and joins us in person, okay? Yeah. There's a moment, there's a place you can be. It's churches, you might everything searches. That's about us dwelling. There's this stupid village
It's the latest place in the world. I'm just waiting to feel. I can't even say it's the latest place in the world. It's like it's was before. Now that you're here. 6 years ago. Shake, shake, terrible it's an instant for you, and it's amazing for me. It's the latest place in the world. It's a little bit better, so don't disappear. It's the latest place in the world. It's intellectual. You would never have a choice if you found the perfect guy. No, I don't care. Everything can be, everything comes to chicken one side this stupid town. I'm not letting me down with you by my side. Amazing but true. That's the latest place in the world. Because it's
Olivia, meet your new family. Welcome to BARCLAY. You want to listen to your friends. Let's give it up for Olivia! Probably the greatest girl not to do that. I am so proud of you. And congratulations on rocking your first BARCLAY shirt, my doll. All right. Next up, along the little head voice line of things here, another person who I have worked together with the decision of making them be a legit soprano is Leilani. Leilani Kellerman is not new to us at BARCLAY. Leilani's first show she ever did with us was Winnie the Pooh Kids when she was Winnie the Pooh. And she was in our advanced company production of Matilda. When the world shut down, Leilani stayed training hopefully all year long virtually. And we had a dual platform program going on where kids were in shows together with their Zoom friends at the same time as they were in the studio. And Leilani, when we did Descendants, played Maleficent from her bedroom. And she was fabulous. So let's give it up to Leilani for the applause she never got to hear. And that's the man, Leilani, who helped make all of your special effects happen. So there you go. Leilani has a huge voice. She's got a big Grassy Belt song. Last year, she reminded me she did Pure Imagination, which was the teaser for our production of Willy Wonka this year. And today, I have challenged Leilani and kind of said, like, what do you want to do? You want to do your big show-stopping belch, or you want to explore something else? And we decided on this beautiful piece called Beautiful Candy from the classic old musical Carnival. And we're going to have a little beautiful candy action with a little soprano from our friend Leilani, who is now how old? 10. 10 years. You ready, girl? Give it up for Leilani Kellerman!
break away, kick up your heels and spend a day. Better, 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 so something you really don't need. version. For something someone took years to notice. Something you're sure is of no use. Dietary life, beautiful candy. To stop living reason. Time to start living for life. I'm on a free and high. Gotta make sure it's a perfectly good waste of time. The sun today will be scrambled for time to play. I don't know whether to fly or to fly. First I'll find something I don't need to find. Find that tree to light. A hat with a bell, a blue parrot whistles to blow as I dance down the street. Beautiful candy to bring to you. Beautiful candy to bring to you.
The 10-year-old Leilani with a range that scares me for how old she is. Leilani, you can keep that long bar. I think Mr. Roman wants you to have it. Get out of here. Leilani, stop. All right, next up is someone my heart exploded when she came back for the first time after all year of virtual, after really growing so beautifully. We did a production of Children of Eden right before the world ended, and this girl really deserved a really awesome part. And she had a weird, unique set of circumstances, and we made it happen. And I think the moment of Gabby Condon singing "Stranger to the Rain" of the Candy Amphitheater was a moment that all of us in that show and many of the family members really remember beautifully. And we missed her voice. And today, when Gabby said she trained with me all year, she didn't stop all year long. She trained with me virtually until very recently. She said now, and everyone, as she was starting to come back in the walls of the studio, everyone was like, "Oh my God, is that Gabby's voice?" It was like everyone missed hearing Gabby sing. And today, when she was singing her song, everyone around her was like, "Oh thank God, you're back." We missed hearing you. So this song was an anthem for me really this year. I had a couple songs that I sang to myself personally or sprinkled in my shower throughout the course of the year. And one of them was a song from the musical Amelie called "Times Are Hard for Dreamers." And I believe times were hard for dreamers this year. But you're here and you made it. So me and for Gabby and for Gabby's mom, who apparently fell in love with this song as well. Yeah, times are hard for dreamers. Gabby Condon.
They say times are hard for dreamers, but they won't be hard for me. I say the take that step beyond the lawn, keep walking till I see the station. Inside the train of ruthless, we were chasing all of these towns I've heard of. Racing hard. Off the train in Paris, half a mile from South, where the city's big for me. Sights as our apartments built on the second floor, and suddenly I heard I turn off the rooms appear. And all it takes is one more step. And then I'm here, just me behind my door. It isn't what I have, it's only what I have in store. Now, the past can only fail. It's here. This is how I want to They say times are hard for dreamers, and who knows, maybe they are people who stuck or lost at sea. And I might be a dreamer, but it's gotten me this far, and that is far for me. Look out my window, there's a view of other windows. My own museum full of paintings I look through, where everything is clear. It isn't where I am, it's only where I go from here. That matters now, 'cause I am not afraid. 'Cause everything I'll ever need appears. This is how it gets
Thank you, Gabs. I knew that Tessa and I sang that song together earlier this year. We worked hard on it. That was one of the we were going to do. It's a gorgeous song, and I think it resonates with a lot of us. And if you are able to stay with us through the end of the program, we're getting there, but then Gabby will perform again a song from the musical Ghost. So based on the movie we're doing. So you can stick around for that. We have a lovely, fabulously talented young lady. Her name is Carla. Carla started taking voice and piano with us a couple years ago, and she has gone in and out of private lessons and training classes, not knowing who's actually going to show or not. But we are itching for her, so everyone can bother Carla with us as a team after you hear her sing while having her join the show. Carla and I had a lot of fun virtually together this year, singing all sorts of stuff, but I think we decided on a super fun bop, so everyone feel free to snap and boogie as you want. This is a fun, awesome song sung by a big old voice, and you're how old? 11, 5th grade. 5th grade, 11 years old. What? She's singing Someday from the Wedding Singer. Here we go.
She turns around and she meets his gaze. The lights are dim, there's a smoky haze. They share a smile in a secret way. It's a moment to say. He starts to move across the floor. The room is frozen, wanting more. The happy couple on display, with nothing standing in their way. It's so romantic, I could die right here and now. It's gonna be that way for us. I know somehow, someday when it's me, I want our love was meant to be. Love and single complications, cause for hesitation. Someday when my dream is coming true. All you need is me, and all I need is you. He stopped and posed for a photograph. He jumps around just to make her laugh. The room is full, but they're all alone. They have a language of their own. And I'm so jealous I could try right here and It's gonna be that way for us. I know someday when all our love was meant to be. Not one single complication, not for hesitation. Someday when the dream is coming true, all we need is me, and all we need is you. I know not every marriage lasts when things go bad. I've seen the warning signs, I call them mom and dad. But their mistakes can help if things turn for the worst. I think what mom would do and do the reverse. Someday when it's me, I'll know what love was meant to be. Not one single complication, a cause for hesitation. Someday when the dream is coming true, all you need is me. And all we need is you.
One more days, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. We're past halfway step, so we're gonna do something for everybody, okay? I think, because I'm a parent myself, everyone would like a photo of the entire cast. Would the parents like to take a picture of everybody? So, can I have all 4 kids have to start to go to bedtime? Can I have every performer on the stage? Could I also allow every to stand and stretch for just a good time, okay? And we're gonna come 1 photo, and then we have another piano student. Let's do it, students up, parents, splash away. Crouch, front row here, crouch, please. Down, please. Bring the back row, hands up. Olivia, next.
You want to come here? Yeah,
Come
come
here.
Come here. Come here. Straight ahead. You got it.
All right. Okay, good. Here we go. Thank you. So, before we do another great time, kids going to sleep, could we have one big round of applause for the whole cast? How are we feeling, parents? Are you happy? Yeah. All right, let's keep bringing this home here. All right, David, Mr. David, one of your piano students. Noah Andrews. Noah, can you show your face, you fabulous guy. Okay, this is Noah. Quiet off stage, guys. Guys, audience, please. Noah is Zach's younger brother, and I'm not sure how different people could be, but they are quite different people. And Noah, well, Zach is like Zach, I'm out of box. And I'm here. Noah is a little more sensitive, a little more personal, and introspective. And Noah has chosen to study piano, which is perfect sense to me. And I love that he found his own niche. And I lived my lifelong dream of getting the 3rd Andrews brother into classes as a class week with the whole family, and I'm thrilled. So, one of my favorite dudes of the academy, Mr. Noah, take a seat. just so everybody does know, after Noah plays piano, Evelyn Moore is going to play piano. So Evelyn, you can get right on that, baby, okay? I will speak to the side so that Jen can add what she wants to her life. It's a double header. So I'm very impressed. And he jumps up the frog. What more do you want these days? All right, Evelyn. Evelyn is now up with the dinosaur stomp. Here's my keys, ladies and gentlemen. All right, next up is Zoe. There is Zoe. Come on up here. Everybody, this is Zoe. Zoe joined us this past summer. Yes, this past summer. In person, in our productions of Schoolhouse Rock. And she was, that show, the first summer camps we ever did at BARCLAY were summer shows with Fame and Schoolhouse Rock. We had like 5 kids because we were just opened. No, that was not the first show I ever did. The first I know. Okay, so that, but as our 5th summer anniversary, I figured we would do the same shows to celebrate 5 years and show the growth of BARCLAY and have like 30 kids in the shows this time. And then the pandemic hit. So we did Schoolhouse Rock and Fame again with 5 kids. 5 years later, it was fun. And they learned all of the music, 4 of them. I think there were 3 virtual friends who were in the stream. And they did this incredible musical production of Schoolhouse Rock, which was our last real person show for the pandemic, in our studio that turned into a theater. Zoe has done, she starred in Descendants with us as Carlos. She was a pirate in Peter Pan, it was fabulous. She was a zillion roles in Elf. Zoe has been training all year long. And she's a fabulous performer. She's finding her voice. Like her shirt, well, my shirt says. She has the other one. And I'm really incredibly proud of her. Mr. Holm and I worked as a team together with Zoe back and forth to get comfortable performing. And so what Zoe's going to do today is something we can all help her with if she gets freaked out. Who knows a little song called Part of Your World from the World? If there is any time that you feel that someone needs a little wind under their sails or in their sails, dive into Zoe and her girl. She sounds great. And just so you all know, Zoe is our advertisement for our summer camp program this year. We are doing the full-length Broadway version of The Little Mermaid, not junior, with all ages in the company, and we're doing them on Healy Wheelies. And that's live in person this summer. Ladies and gentlemen, the fabulous, wonderful, and talented, and courageous Zoe Lambert is part of you.
Incidentally, wouldn't you think my collection's complete? Wouldn't you think I'm the girl who has everything? Look at this wall, treasures untold. How many wonders in one cabinet hold? Looking around, do you think? Sure, she's got everything. I got cash and tickets for plenty. I got music and buckets galore. You want things the most? I've got 20. But who cares? No big deal. I want more. I want to be where the people are. I want to see them dancing, walking around on clothes. What's that one again? Oh, but in your faces, don't get too far. Legs are required, so jumping, dancing, strolling around your clothes. What's that one again? Street. Up where they walk, up where they come, up where they stay, yes. Wish I could part of that world. What would I pay to spend a day warm up the sand? Betcha on land, they understand that they don't reprimand their daughters. Right young women, sick young women, ready to stand. Ready to know what the people know. Ask them my question and get some answers. What's a fire and why does it burn? My turn, what I love, what to explore the shore. No place. Wish I could part of that world.
Zoe Lambert, ladies and gentlemen. Zoe, so proud of you. All right, another wonderful advertisement for another summer camp program. We are also doing the fabulous show, Moana Jr. this summer. There was a lady whose parents have been like, my daughter can do stuff, please make sure my daughter knows that she needs to do stuff, she's really good, please have her do stuff. And the kid's like, I'm not really that good, I shouldn't really. And then we cast her as Violet Beauregard and Willy Wonka, and she melted her face off and exploded like a blueberry. And at that point, I said to her, I think you can't really play the joke of like, you don't do stuff. Like, you're really good eating, Jordan. So Eden's problem now is that we all know how talented she is. So she's gonna have to be really involved next year. So sorry about it. Eden We adore. She was the friar in Romeo and Juliet right before the pandemic hit. She also looks like a completely different human a year later. I almost didn't recognize her. Eden is singing How Far I'll Go for Moana. And Brooklyn, you guys say.
I've been staring at the edge of the water long as I can remember, never really knowing why. I wish I could be the perfect daughter, but I come back to the water, no matter how hard I try. Every turn I take, every trail I track, every path I make, every road leads back to the place I know, where I cannot go, where I long to be. See the line where the sky is the sea, it calls me, and no one knows how far it goes. If the wind in my sail on the sea stays behind me, one day I'll know. If I go, there's just no telling how far I'll go. I know everybody on this island seems so happy on this island. Everything is by design. I know everybody on this island has a goal on this island, so maybe I should walk mine. I can lead with pride, I can make us strong, I'll be satisfied if I play along with the voice inside, sing the different song, but it's all with me. See the light as it shines in the sea, it's blinding, and no one knows how deep it goes. And it seems like it's calling out to me, so come find me and let me know what's beyond that line. Will I cross that line? See the line from the sky to see and hiding. No one knows how it goes. If the wind in my sail on the sea stays behind me, one day I'll know how far I'll go.
Congratulations. I'm so happy. I didn't want to say, and she's going to hate me for this, but I just walked around to take a photo, and I walked by and I saw this human who means so much to me, and it means a lot in our community of all, from all of us, pro, kids, parents, came together, and we did the production of Fun Home 2 Octobers ago, and I had the privilege of sharing the stage with this beautiful woman who has done national tours and is just stupidly talented. Her name's Kelly. She was walking the dog and saw our live stream and just like felt like she had to come. And I just want to thank you for being here for us. I love you. And like, being a pro and trying to support our kids and our families and not one of your kids, it's like, I just want to thank you. It means the world to me. This is what we have built, and coming around and seeing you sitting there clapping everyone, it's like really means an awful lot. And never mind the fact that she was 17 on the national tour of the city. I'm just saying she was singing. Okay, I love you. I love you. If any of you saw Fun Home, Kelly Lorenzo, she's been on straight. Love her. Love you, Kelly. Thank you. All right, moving on. So there's a lady here who is, we've been having this really trippy experience together this year because she used to be the new kid. And it keeps surprising us when she's now like the one who's been there the longest in every group. And it's freaking us both out. But it's amazing to see the kids that have stayed through the growth of the company and how far they have grown. Another darling human to me, Miss Abby McCollum, would you like to come up to the stage? Abby and Sam were supposed to play as you were like when the pandemic smacked us. So Abby I also thought I wasn't going to have. I thought that was my last show with the two of them because they got into American Heritage and they weren't going to be able to do shows with us. Then the pandemic hit. So the best part of the pandemic to me was I got an extra year with Abby and singing. That was the best part for me. So, best thing that could have ever happened with all this training. Abby also had a very difficult year, worked through so many things, most personally, with your talent, your casting, everything worked so hard and has come out on the other end of this year, bigger, fatter, stronger, better, more talented, more confident, more beautiful, inside and out. And you're going to get to hear her twice tonight. This is my friend, someone I treasure very much in the company, an OG at this point. Abby McMullen with In My Dreams from the gorgeous Mr. Lucy.
They said I was found by the side of the road. Tracks all around, they did resting in the snow. In the darkest and cold, with the wind in the girl with no name and no memories. Rain against the window, sheets upon the bed. Terrifying nurses whispering overhead. All the child on you, give the child a hint. I don't know what things before that. Traveling the back roads, sleeping in the wood. Taking what I needed, working when I could, keeping up my courage, foolish as it seems, at night all alone in my dreams, in my dreams. There's a light at the end of the tunnel, and my dreams fade away. A beautiful river bridge by the square, and I hear a voice whisper, I'll meet you right there in Paris. You don't know, like not to know, to have lived in the shadows and traveled this far. I've seen flashes of fire, the echo of screams, but I still have this faith in the truth of my dreams. And my dreams, it's so real, and my heart has so much to reveal. And my dreams seem to say, don't be afraid to go on. Don't give up on what may. I know it all will come back one day.
The wonderful, talented, smart, beautiful, sassy Abby McMullen. I love you. You will hear David and I like could not pick between her two songs. You're going to hear Abby again rhyming out the finale of the night with a beautiful song from School of Rock. Not School Coast Rock, School of Rock. People were confused last night. Anyway, okay, so moving on. We now bringing it down. Where's my friend Ira? You've seen her a couple times. Okay. Yeah, Sorry, David, I told you I had something. This is your iPad song, sorry. Okay, David has two binders and Isla is going to sing not musical theater song. It's more of a contemporary song, and she's honoring her heritage as a lost boy of Neverland. So this is an independent song called Lost Boy, and I'm really excited for you to have a nice, beautiful, sensitive moment. And it's a little bit like a lullaby, I feel. So it's a nice calm down, but we want to take a little relaxing, right? You ready? I want
Never been as young, so last place with me, and last place with me, I say. Never been as young, so last place with me, and last place with me, I say.
A star in the making. Yoga, that was a long time you didn't hold everyone's attention on you and not trip up with the nervous. I would have so good job. Great job. Mr. David, that was really, really sweet. It was really nice. Can we all just give a quick, I just think throughout the night there should be appreciation thoughts for Mr. David.
We love you, David.
Yeah, what a truly fabulous addition to our family, man. Truly. All right, next up is another friend who I can't believe I didn't know before was here. Where's my Daphne? This creature, I can't with her, okay? This little girl came in for health, right? And it was amazing to me. I mean, we had kids who have been in all these shows here, and she comes in, and it wasn't even that it was like the best voice, the biggest whatever. It was the energy, the heart, the love, the excitement, the joy that she exudes. Like, doesn't anyone else smile when they just see Daphne? Because she just smiles. It's like she's a ball of joy, and that's contagious. And I have not been more proud of how we work really hard. Daphne and I had a game where we tried to teach her when is the appropriate time to ask a question. We call her Handsy because the hand will float, and I'll just look at her and she'll go, not now. So Daphne has been working so hard. She came out of Elf as playing the hilarious character Dad, and then took Smee in Peter Pan. And there wasn't anyone that just could have put me for the part of it. She is. So I am so proud of you. She's been taking voice lessons with Mr. David this year. Sorry, this is Jason trying to make your children's faces be more lit. So can we all just thank him for that? Man's running wires, so just help if you can. I want to make sure you get a nice photo. This is Daphne Oster. Let's say your last name. Oster. Thank you. This is Daphne, and she is doing a little Cruella de Vil. Yeah. Take it away.
She doesn't stay, but moving well. To see her is to take the same chill. Her lips, the icy custard. All and children are dying anywhere. She's like a spider waiting for the kill. At first you think Cruella is a devil, but after time has worn away the shock, you come to realize you've seen her kind of eyes watching you from underneath the rock. The vampire bats, the securities, she's ready to lock up and never release. This one's not your poison place until
Mr. David, you killed me. Amazing. Tessa, our resident Cruella de Vil from years in the past. What do you think? Meet this kid? Tessa played our Cruella de Vil in 101 Dalmatians Kids way back onesies. I think you just did that justice, baby girl. Stephanie! All right. Oh my God, is there a child I can smush over? Where is Charlie? Oh, there's this little creature in our studio, but goes by the name of Jory. She's kind of a big deal. She played our Charlie when we just did Willy Wonka in person. And when I first came to Dory and to Randy with this opportunity after submissions and different things, I just felt Dory was the right kid. It wasn't even necessarily that she was the best submission. I just felt she was the right kid. And you were. I don't think that there's anything that was more beautiful, and wherever Mr. Holm is right now, I'm sure he can agree. I don't think there's anything more beautiful than the very last moment of that show when Mr. Holm lifted you up onto his shoulder, which was the first moment of physical contact at BARCLAY in a year, by the way. And you hit that beautiful high note on the Candyman theme show. And you went right up to it with this beautiful flowing heavy soprano as the beautiful, innocent, honest child bringing hope into the world. And honestly, Dory, I don't think there's anything that anyone needed more than that moment. We did a show a few months or weeks before that at called the Old Bags Luncheon at this big event, and Dory sang Secondhand Rose. She was nervous. I don't know if any of you know Dory very well. I know you do. I know you. Dory is kind of a big deal right now with film and streaming, and she regularly books movies and films and sitcoms and different sorts of things. And we actually almost lost Dory from Charlie 2 weeks before the show went up, which gave me my heart palpitations during Ashley's voice lesson. But anyway, and this Dory almost was runner-up for a big Disney or Nickelodeon series, and almost got she's second choice to this big series. Incredible, right? You can have a camera on you and you can edit footage and make it perfect on film, and that's something that I love about live theater. It's what it is. And singing in public, as much as Dory is confident all over the world, and she just, by the way, you guys, if you haven't checked it out, she has a new single out. She's recorded the song and wrote it herself. You can find it on Amazon Music and everywhere else. It's called Make Your Own Music, and she wrote it. And it was produced on Amazon. And so Dory, oddly, was nervous about singing in public after everything else that she does. And we saw that in Secondhand Rose. It was like, but then you did Willy Wonka. And I think that was enough of an experience to really hammer it home that you love your live theater fan, right? So now she is going to be a completely different version of the Dory that you may have known. She doesn't afraid at all about singing in public now. She's going to be singing Writing Down the Story of My Life from Junie B. Jones, the musical. This is my friend and someone I admire very much, who is how old?
9.
9. This is the wonderful Dory Blakely.
Started the year with a book of empty pages. No idea what the future would bring, but I had some adventures. I put them all in here. And good news, I've learned the most amazing thing in my inside. There's a branch of feeling in my head that will help. And if there's something that I need to say, it's the perfect way to share my point of view. So I'm writing down the story of my life. Don't know where I'm going, don't know where I've been. I am writing down the story of my life. I got destiny before me and the book to put it in. And so I'm writing down the story of my life. My friends here in room 1 like how growing up is scary, but it's also kind of fun. If you ask me how I'm feeling, I would have to tell you. Well, and if you made me choose the bestest thing that's happened, I makes me scared or nervous, makes me sad or blue. I am writing down the story of my life. I got destiny before me, and I know this is what to do. Every kind of popsicle, your allergy to glue. How much you love your family, or what friends you need to you. A picture of spaghetti, or a lovely mountain view. No matter what you think or feel or say or do, keep on writing down the story of your life. Don't know where you're going, but don't know what's in store. Keep on writing down the story of your life. I'm out of paper, but that's for maybe more. And keep on writing down the story. Keep on writing down the story. Keep on writing down the story of your
Ah, so proud of you. We had to find your belt and her head voice made the difference. You rock both. I am, and who cares about your favorite kind of popsicle? No one cares about your singing was so incredible. Yo, who has watched Dory grow this year? Has anyone seen that? Congratulations, my darling. I don't know the words. Triple threat of can sing, dance, and act. I don't know what's a quadruple threat to be able to do film, sing, dance, whatever. I am so proud of you. Ladies and gentlemen, you will hear us all mention when Dory wins her first Tony, Oscar, Grammy, whatever it's going to be. All right, love you. I love you. I also really like quickly, just because I love it when moms are doing good things. Dory's mom, Randy. Sorry, Randy, if you hate me for this. I really am sorry, but Randy wrote a book for kids that have irritable bowel syndrome, and as much as that might be a funny thing to talk about, although we get some urine town, so who cares about talking about people, guys. I just wanted to share that because it's a children's book, it's a picture book, and Randy wrote it because she felt like she was dealing with some health issues with her kids that she would have liked some guidance, and her book's been published now on Amazon. So Randy joins as a published author, and if any of you would like to support her with that, just know it's really cool. You can get that book on Amazon, and I'm just proud of our family, moms, dads, as I say, my kids' neighbor Susie included. Cool. So, Dory, thank you, my darling. I am so proud of you. You've had a heck of a year, and congratulations on not just this, but the fabulous, fabulous. You're doing this wrong, man. All right. Hi. Okay, so Hyla and I had a funny relationship too. We met kind of in the screen as well, and then when she met me in person for the first time, what did you say? You go, so you call me a hoot or something? You go, you're something like you're a hoot or you're a character. And then she was like, wow, you're a hoot. I was like, thanks, voice lesson student. So Hyla and I have come a long way together, and Hyla was put in a really difficult role when she replaced someone in Urinetown about a month before we opened, and she had to learn like a track of 4 different characters, and she did it.
I do it all.
She did it all. She was my jack of all trades, and Willy Wonka, being a camera operator, she fell between the gaps of the Goombas and the adults, and she trusted me and was like, this is weird, but I'm gonna stick it out, and she did it. It was such a moment of me realizing what a team player Hyla is, and which is why we invited her into Urinetown. And she's now going to sing a song that I think Mr. David and I decided this was the hardest song for like the sight reading first day together because Hyla has lines. So we're just going to ride the timing together and see how it all goes. Hyla and Hyla's family are very involved in theater here in Chicago and elsewhere. Hyla's mom, Alexis, has been incredibly generous, offering public art stuff, and he's very, very supportive. And I'm very proud to now feel like Hyla feels like she is happily at home at BARCLAY. So, speaking of happily, This is Happily Ever After from the musical Once Upon a Mattress, which is about the princess and the pea, everyone who's burning started goes. So this is Happily Ever After from the musical Once Upon a Mattress. Hit it, Hannah.
And so young Prince Baldur had slain the dragon Falmer with his father's sword Minning, rescued the Princess Frigga, and together they mounted his horse Frigga and rode the castle to the castle of Gunbar, where they were married and lived happily ever after. Well, I'm glad. They all lived happily, happily, happily ever after. The couple lives happily, leaving the chapel eternally tied. As the curtain is down, there's nothing but laughing and laughter. When the fairy tale ends, the heroine's always a bride. Ella, the girl of the dinner, the watcher on the winner. But she landed a prince who was body and blue-eyed and blonde. Silly, honestly, doubt that she could ever have done it without that crazy lady with the wand. Cinderella had an outside help. I have no one but me. Fairy godmother, 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 where can you be? So when the sun ready, they tell us that the queen was insulted and jealous. When the mirror declared that Snow White was the fairest of all. She was dumped on the border, but was saved by some men who adored her. Oh, I grant you, they were small, but there were 7 of them, practically a regiment. I'm alone in the night, by myself, not a dwarf, not an elf, not a goblin inside. She lived happily, happily, happily ever after. Magical kiss counteracted the apple eventually. Though I know I'm not clever, I'll do what they tell me I have to. I want some happily ever after to happen to me. Rapunzel had platinum dresses that were double the length of her dresses. She was kept in a top for years by a wicked old witch. So one night at the stand out, she scrambled by letting her hair down. That's what I call quite a switch. And wonder, no, it would never hold. I'm before I begin. And besides, I don't want to get out. I want to get in. I want to live happily, happily, happily ever after. I want to walk happily out of the trouble eternally die. Alright, no, never live happily ever after. Till after I'm a bride. And I'll be happily happy. Yes, happily happy. And thoroughly satisfied.
When Hyla did that to their talk, the other one so freaked out. They all looked at her and they went, where did that come from? What was that? It's always so nice when they come out of voice lessons and then they all get to see what they're working about. Hyla, I think you found your people. I love you with a high ponytail. Anyone else loving the high ponytail? I laugh at that song because I was in that show when I was in 8th grade, and my best friend Elizabeth, if you're watching, she always played this part. And I was so jealous of having sing that song. Love it. So, who missed Ashley Newsom? Anybody? Would anybody else like to hear her beautiful soprano voice? Ashley and I have been trying to help kind of right crowd control. We're at this last leg here. Guys, shh. Parents need to hear enough. Let them get Ashley and I have been working hard to make sure that she feels connected to her classical music, so that it doesn't feel like an old, out of date, old fashioned kind of stylistic stuff. When we talked about Mr. Snow, it's a girl who is talking about her boyfriend to her girlfriends. That's normal. And Wishing You Were Somehow Here Again is a character named Christine, who's a young girl who is at the grave of her deceased father and wondering how she's going to get over the grief of that and move on with her life. And I relate to that. Because I was a young girl, figuring that out. And when we talked about that, we realized that just because the style and the classical nature of the music doesn't mean it doesn't make sense to you. And so Ashley has made a beautiful, very personal, very loving, and honest rendition of Wishing You Were Somewhere Here Again.
Wishing you were somehow here again. Wishing you were somehow near. Sometimes it seems if I just dream, somehow you would be here. Wishing I could hear your voice again. Knowing I'm better known, dreaming of you will tell me to do all that you dreamed I could. Sing bells and sculpted angels, golden one. Sing for you, love and tender, you were warm and gentle. Too many years drying our tears, like in the pastoral sky. Wishing you were somehow here again, knowing we must say goodbye. Try to forget, teach me to live. Give me the strength
was actually Lucy. Who's the lucky winner? Brielle and Lucy! Right, so Lucy joined us this past summer in the theory of relativity and by default, what planet were you? Uranus in Schoolhouse Rock? I think Uranus or Jupiter. So we, Lucy, I didn't know Lucy less than a year ago, and I can't believe that. And now I do. And now you're in the thing. Brielle's old news. She's already won the award together. So. Brielle, when we auditioned for Theory of Relativity, I could not hear Lucy sing. We were sitting in a group, and I was like, "Are you singing?" And then the phrase that my students can say, I promise I say it with love, it's not as mean as it sounds right now, but the difference is singing or leaking sound from your face. So Lucy wasn't singing, she was leaking sound from her face. And we worked really hard to try to get her comfortable. So she didn't have a solo theory of relativity, she had monologue. She didn't even sing. Now she won't show up. So here we go. So Lucy and Brielle have lived here all year. They have encouraged each other. Mr. David has done a phenomenal job in his accompanist class with them on Fridays, working with accompaniment and harmonies. And they're about to blow your mind. They've sung the song a couple times this year. I gave them, they did double private voice lessons with me. I gave them this duet. I said, this duet is listed as a duet for two best friends who like to belt their faces off. And they were like, us! So we need the second mic, wherever it is. Lucy, grab it. And this is a duet that they've sung a couple times. You might have heard it live stream, but I think you all deserve to hear it live in person. It's incredible. It's a song called Freedom. This is Freedom and Love is happening, ladies and gentlemen.
The sun is shining. Let's get in the park and just remember. Let's go. Gang loser. Kelly drove on all of our road trips. She believed in listening to my way. Start driving and keep driving. There's no stopping till Kelly says you were right. You're not doing it by doing what? You're not in it. What are you talking about? You're not in the moment, Sam. Think about what it felt like. What did it feel like? Do you remember? Feeling the wind blowing your hair. You're not even trying it. Don't try harder. Taking a road and going anywhere. Remember the biker bar? Oh God. Or heaven south. And the biker. Or maybe west. We don't know much. You're making all the rest. Tear up the atlas. Don't read the road signs. Driving for the sake of driving anywhere, that's freedom. Freedom. What bug do you have up your ass? I don't have a bug up my ass. You need to realize how epic this weekend is going to be. There's like 6 parties, and I'm taking this lecture on sex, and you have to come. I'm on break. I don't really feel like going to class. Then what do you want to do? I don't know. Snack around. Do you snack on the road? Yeah. Well, one way leads to our school, and the other leads somewhere else. Which way do you want to go, left or right? I don't know. Well, you know, children in the house, left or right? I mean, look at the map. Left or right? Left or right? Go left! Very slow, bro. So where are we going? I have no idea. Not University Road, that's for sure. Counting the miles as we go past. Take slow, the sun is high. Knowing that every mile could be our last. Watching the day go by. We won't look back. We never will. We've come too far to be in Nashville. Freedom. the deafening sound of driving fast. No. Bigger! I want the deafening sound of driving fast with the windows down. More! I want to break rules and do something unexpected. I want Arby's. I want to hold on to this moment right now. I want to go skipping into the ocean. I want to drive forever. And I'm almost starting to feel it. How she took a day, made it special. Long highways, the cheap restaurant, last minute getting the car and let's go. Pick a road, pick a highway, any road that's going my way. Let's go, live it up with no complicated philosophies. No mortgage, no career, no screaming kids, no mortgage driving anywhere, just driving straight into the dawn. That's freedom. Kelly driving me, riding shotgun. Just a couple girls out on the highway. No road map, no curfew. Just two girls with nowhere we have to be. Now she's laughing, and I start laughing. So real and so like a memory. And the sun is so bright that it's twisting, and it feels like I found freedom. Driving past the radio blaring, windows open, singing like we're rock stars. Yeah, 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 yeah,
Oh, look at that. You know, whatever. Fine. I now present to you all of your kids hugging each other and not social distancing. I'm sorry. I normally control them, but you're all here. And if you're stopping it, I will not. So there's that. I have two. Probably going too. Okay, no. All right, guys. There's another person getting nervous right now. Yeah, Brielle and Lucy, we've heard that a couple times this year, and it's more exciting each time. I'd like to congratulate the two of you on reaching a level of performance that is every single thing that a performance is supposed to be, and giving life to a crowd that went through a real rough year. And I think y'all feel a little better after that, right? So who follows that? There's only one correct choice. Where's Madeline? This is Madeline. She's really special. Everybody is. But this is a little girl who works really hard. Yeah. And she always tries to put herself with the older kids because she wants to grow in that way. And when she's with the younger kids, she's an amazing leader. But everyone has their strengths, and Madeline memorizing words and lines isn't her favorite part of her skill set. And she played Evie, the lead, one of the main leads in Descendants with us as a live stream earlier this year. I believe Mr. Ohm and Mr. Jason can have my back on this, and we did not realize how hard that show was until we got the script. So,
Hardest show we ever did.
hardest show we ever did. And honestly, I will say we don't table read our musicals. I call the table read for Descendants, and Ohm and Jason, and even Mr. Ed read for a character at the table read. Shit for that. It was funny because Ed doesn't like to see us reading Dimble Park. We thought he just wanted to listen, and then he goes, "Well, what do I get? I can read." So it was amazing. So, he read for like all the parts. Anyway, but yeah, it was very important. Every part is big. Okay, so moving on. Although you should have heard Mr. Owen, Mr. Jason's Carlos, and whatever the other character was. It was pretty good. It was pretty good. And I don't know when we do the adult version someday. Okay, so Madeline, back to you. In that show, Madeline had to recite what number? There's a math scene, and she had to recite by memory this really absurdly long string of numbers.
For the atomic weight of silver.
For the atomic weight of silver. And every time she got to it, she was like, "Miss Christina memorizing is not my thing." She's like, "It's 5, 2, 4, and as I told her one morning on Madeline, no one else here knows the atomic weight of silver. So just,
No one's going to search it.
exactly, and no one's going to search it. So, the thing Madeline does have is a whole lot of heart. And a big old voice. So, I picked the song that my friend Randy and Jory introduced me to from the musical. It's called Finding Wonderland from an Alice in Wonderland musical, and no one really knows it. So if you mess up the words, it doesn't matter. We're good, and I have your back. Are you ready? Are you guys ready? Sing Finding Wonderland from Wonderland, the Broadway musical. Let's do it. Go for it, Tux.
We look to past, we miss so much. We seldom see all the miracles in front of us. The warm embrace, the human touch, and so it goes. I race around, search high and low for the truth I used to know. Where there was magic to be found, was finding wonderland. It's finding who you are. Like a child is always there, like a shining star. And when I close my eyes, it's just I can't help finding on your legs. Here in my mind, hearts can break in the story's nick of time. A happy ending, a perfect crime. 'Cause finding wonderland is taking how you are. The time within has always been there, like a shining star. So when I close my eyes, I see forever. I can't help finding wonderland. The very magic happens every single day. Wonderland is never far away. The finding wonderland is
Madeline. Congratulations. Go ahead. Oh, you're the people. Go ahead. Madeline. Madeline. You should be very proud of yourself. And if I remember Dad, when he saw her you sing tomorrow during the old bags luncheon, he posted on Facebook and said, "Oh my God, my kid can sing." Yeah. And you know what? You can. Congratulations. You can! This is a kid who signed up for the Tempest with us this summer. We have Mr. Ohm is getting his certification in stage combat. He's going our way for the summer to increase his education, which is fabulous. And so we have a fabulous director coming in for the Tempest. His name is John McMullen. He's like the age of like a grandpa, and he's feisty. The kids love him. I'm pretty sure Lucy said he was her spirit animal. And he taught acting at Carnegie Mellon University for 15 years. He's coming in to direct the Tempest for us this summer. And you're ready for an incredible acting experience. But Madeline chose to do the Tempest instead of Moana because she wants to challenge herself. So I believe Madeline's bedtime story has been Shakespeare's The Tempest. Now get ready for it. So we cannot wait to see it. All right, so I already talked about her when she won her award last year. All right, everyone's gonna cry, okay? Because it's Zeppelin, first of all. So get up. Second of all, Owen picked worst song emotionally for everyone here. He picked Santa Fe from Newsies, which any of us are here during the Newsies experience is just going to trigger everything that we all felt. If none of you are here for Newsies and you don't know what I'm talking about, you need to go see a really good production of Newsies. Like really nothing like it. Zep came to us during that time. Mr. David and I had our time today with Zeppelin to work a few things with the key to raise it a little bit. So Zep actually had practiced this in a different key until today. And then we had a live piano player. Mr. David and I figured we had the luxury, since it wasn't a track behind, of raising it a bit. And she killed it. So Zeppelin So she's gonna work it like a real pro, and then in real time she's gonna do something she herself has only done a couple times, and it's going to be incredible because that's who you are and that's what you exude. So if you stood up here and did nothing, your energy would still have us all applauding for you because you're just that good of a person. So now all you have to do is sing. Ready? Alex, I want to see you. I know you're cruising our live stream. This is your beacon, Alex. This is your
We finally got a headline. Newsies crushed his Bulls attack. Crutch is calling me. Dumb Crips just too damn slow. You guys are fighting, and falling. Thanks to good old Captain Jack. Captain Jack just wants to close his eyes and go. Let me go. Somewhere they won't never find me, and tomorrow won't remind me of today. And when the city's finally sleeping, and the moon looks old and gray, I get on a train that's bound for Santa Fe. And I'm gone, and I'm done. No more running, no more running, no more battling, denying me my pay. Just the moon so big and yellow, it turns night right into day. Dreams come true, yeah they do, in Santa Fe. Say you gotta live and die here. Where does it say, oh God can't catch a break? Why should you only take what you're given? Why should you spend your whole life living? Trapped where there ain't no future. Yeah, 17 girls breaking your back for somebody else's sake. And if life don't seem to suit ya, how about a change of scene? Far from the lousy headlines and the deadlines in between.
I can't get any younger, and I wanna start with you. I need space and fresh air. And the laugh in my face. I don't care. Stay my place. I'll be there. Stay real is all I'm asking. So take me in my head. That if I can count on you today, I've got nothing if I ain't got Zeppelin buried 7th grader. This is Zeppelin. Congratulations. If any of you heard Zeppelin sing a year ago, Theory of Relativity, I was like, I didn't even know it. And like I said, that's not it. That's not it. And she's like, and the year, I mean, it's incredible. I think we can all say, Zep, thank you. And you guys the shoe. I'm just kidding. It's fine. It's not about me. All right, so I'll shut up and move on. Ladies and gentlemen, welcoming back to the stage someone I think you're all excited to see again with a very cool and interesting musical theater number that I never heard and I'm now obsessed with. Miss Abby McMullen. Yeah, sorry. At the end, it's a real hard punch. You're all just kind of stuck in a bad situation. Okay, so Abby is going to sing "Where Did the Rock Go" from School of Rock. That house. Oh, here we go. So "Where Did the Rock Go" is Abby McMullen.
When I was younger, wild and bold and free, I can still remember how the music used to chords like rolling thunder, loud beyond control. Every note and lyric rented right across my soul. Where did the rock go? Where's the sound of the electric guitar? Where are all those voices raised to heaven, blazing down like shooting stars? Tell me, where is the passion? Where's the joy I used to know way back when? Where do last year's one-hit wonders go to? And what happened to the girl I was? Somehow I got over year by busy year. Yes, the songs had me, but I didn't stop to hear all that youthful swagger turned to grown-up down, and the world spun like a record, but the music faded out. Where did the rock go? Where's the pounding of the drums in my bed? Where's the magic and the beauty and the frenzy and the laughter? Where's the magic of the moment me how to use our feel. Let's keep this our secret. Leave it anyway. We'll pretend it never happened. Violin and forget. Still, thanks for the reminder. But there's music in the air. Where's the joy I used to know?
Okay, so raise your hand if you've ever seen American Idol or The Voice. And you heard them be like, it's about the control. Okay, and you're like, I don't know what that means. It means a voice like this. When you come out with a huge belt, right, earlier, and you're blasting, and then you can instantly and beautifully hold everyone's attention with softness, while staying in pitch and holding energy. You hear that your friends kind of weren't even screaming. It's because they were listening. And they were with you in the moment. And that is a gift. We all need that with the jazz and excitement of the world. You need this too, with balance. And I want to tell you that you just gave us great balance. And I'm so glad. Abby McMullen, ladies and gentlemen. All right, where's Aiden? We're on that, Aiden. Get over here. Okay, this guy. Aiden starred in our production of Romeo and Juliet as Romeo at the Canyon Amphitheater, right, literally the day the world shut down. It happened like on it. And just so you all know, we're now at that point of the show where, like, I'm going to tell you you're almost done. So some of you are going to be like, okay, good. And some of you are now going to be sad. Okay? So whatever your emotion is, I know what you want. That's not what, but I love hearing. For the rest of you, we're about to rev up your engine for the last little amount in here. We have about a handful of performances left, and they're all incredible as they have been. So you're almost there. Sorry. So guys, I talked as much as I could. Okay, listen. So this is Aiden.
Hi,
Aiden had no idea what he was doing singing a year ago. So Aiden came to us a year ago, and he was like, he joined West Side Story as we were sort of in this weird fluxy virtual something, and I think you were into the acting of life, and then you kind of realized, am I right? Was it West Side Story? You kind of like the music and started getting. So he started getting into it and was like, maybe I do want to sing. And then we talked about film and how musical movies are a big deal coming back into the whole thing. So what I'm really proud of is Aiden took all year long to take hour-long lessons, half with Mr. All, half with me, every single week all year. And last summer, never missed a lesson, never. And last summer, I was playing scales, and in my head I was like, he'll learn, he'll figure it out. But he didn't know the difference between his talking voice and his singing voice. And all of a sudden one day he found his registers, and it opened up this whole crazy world. And so then I just decided I would just torture him and give him a really hard song to sing for us, called Freeze Your Brain. The kids are all happy. So I put it at the end of the night. from the musical Heathers. And I'm just so unbelievably proud of you. Like, I really am just like shocked at what you have done with yourself this year. So I'm gonna let you prove it. Romeo, ladies and gentlemen.
I've been through 10 high schools, they start to get blurry. No point planting roots, cause you're gone in a hurry. My dad keeps 2 suitcases packed in their van, so it's only a matter of when. I don't know names, don't bother with faces. All I can trust is this concrete oasis. Seems every time I'm about to despair, there's a 7-Eleven right there. Each store is the same, from Las Vegas to Boston. Linoleum aisles that I love to get lost in. I pray at my altar a slush. Yeah, I live for that sweet frozen rush. Freeze your brain. Someone that's strong and lost in the pain. Happiness comes when everything comes. Who needs cocaine? Freeze your brain. Freeze your brain. Care for a hit? When mom was alive, we lived halfway normal. Now it's just me and my dad, we're less formal. I learned to cook pasta, I learned to pay rent. Learn the world doesn't owe you a cent. You're planning your future, Veronica Sawyer. You go to some college and marry a lawyer. But the sky's gonna hurt when it falls. So you better start building some walls. Freeze your brain. Swim in the ice, get lost in the pain. Shut your eyes tight till you vanish from sight. Let nothing remain. Freeze your brain. Shatter your skull by pain for pain. Forget who you are, unburden your load. Forget it's too sweet, you'll be back on the road. When the voice in your head says you're better off dead, don't open a vein. Just freeze your brain. Freeze your brain. Go on and freeze your brain. Try it.
Please do posture in public. See that like a big loud stink check out. Being like, I heard you sing amazingly the other night. Aiden, thank you. That growth, I mean, I think I gave everyone a little chuckle. I mean, straight to the end of the night, I told you. I just want to congratulate you. There are some students with natural talent. There are some students who come back every week a little stronger. And I think Mr. Ohm and I can attest to the fact that Aiden did his homework every single week and came back stronger. And I think you just, Debbie, what do you think? That's the goal. I always told you, our job is to make the parents cry. Good job! Aiden Deiching, ladies and gentlemen! Alright. You've seen her. I've talked a lot about her. I've humiliated her. And now I just need to say one more embarrassing thing about her. Lisa, get up.
Yeah!
You knew it was you too, and I said I humiliated you. I just want to say that when in our 10-person cast of Urinetown the Musical, that is, first of all, can we all give a big shout out to my wonderful friend who shows up at the right moment all the time and guest stars and everything brilliantly, Mr. Gus. If you want to see him in some short shorts as a best to sleep and really want that, you really missed something. And dancing, and if you missed him as Old Man Strong in the clouds during our Urinetown Street, you really missed something. But what you really missed was when I cast Lucy as Mr. Cladwell. And because it's the fad right now to be all the genders, we decided we would let Lucy be Mr. Gladwell. And we had Lucy rock red high heels and a mustache. And she was incredible. Incredible. So what she's gonna do now is she's gonna do the whole show of Lacoste, all the genders. She's gonna do something totally different. She's gonna do an incredibly emotional, beautiful song called Promise Me This. It is from Theory of Relativity, the show that we did this summer, and it's weird because I picked Theory before the pandemic hit, and it was the most perfect show we could have done. Our friend Lisa sang this in the show, and we wanted to honor the shows that were live streamed that you all didn't get to see. And while I'm saying that, I would like to do a personal shout out to two of our friends who are supposed to perform today. Mr. Evan Glassman, who was our buddy the elf in our live stream of Elf. And we're going to, and our Carlos in the sense we're going to see him sing from Elf today. And he ended up not feeling well, and you all know what the rules are. So even outside, unfortunately. And Paige Morales, who rocked the lead in the in-studio part of Descendants, is supposed to perform tonight, and her grandfather passed away this week. So little Paige is a very important part of our community, can be with us tonight. So Paige and Evan and the Glassman, if you're watching, we love you and we miss you. But to represent the live streams you may not have seen, this is Promise Me This, sung by Lucy from the Theory of Relativity. Enjoy.
My mom and I were always close. I was an only child. See, Mom had lost 3 others before it clicked with me. She called me her miracle, Mira for short. And the love in her was bigger than the sea. And she'd say, promise me this, Mira, enjoy your time on earth. Always appreciate the wonder of your birth. Promise me this, Mira, don't waste a single day. Before you know it, dear, it all can fade away. We lived a meager life, but me, I didn't really care. When you're used to having nothing, you don't miss the things you lack. Dad was a drinker, could not hold a job. Then one day he left and never came back. And Mom said, promise me this, Mira, never make a fuss. Your father's journey is somewhere without us. Promise me this, Mira, don't ever miss his touch. It only means I get to love you twice as much. Mom's invitation of dreams for me, but she knew a good education would be the key. So I studied hard when I got lost. Mom encouraged me, and in time I won a scholarship to the college of my choice. Mom was so proud of me, she burst out the seams When she spoke, I heard the passion in her voice. She'd say, promise me this mirror, never look behind. You've got a chance right now, the future's yours to find. Promise me this mirror, don't waste a single day. Before you know it, dear, it all can fade away. A few days later, Mama fell and dropped her groceries. But inside, we both knew that something more was going on. I prayed for a miracle. I cried myself dry. But 6 weeks later, Mom was gone. Now and then I think about the things that Mama missed. But instead of tears, my heart begins to stir. 'Cause she's the one who made me see that miracles exist. So I just smile and whisper this to her. I promise you this, Mama, I will make it through. 'Cause now I understand the miracle was you. I promise you this, Mama, I won't waste a single day. And my miracle will never fade away.
This is the conversation we're having. I'm saying that's the best thing we've done all year. And she's going, okay. So, ready? All together, this was the best thing we've done all year.
This is the best thing we've done all year.
You gotta know it. You say thank you. Ready? Say thank you. Thank you.
There you go.
Lucy. Get out.
Lucy.
Lucy. You don't have to go. Some of us have trouble. Lucy doesn't receive that. She's like, hey, that's fine, I'm over here. Lucy, you see this? That's not you for yell and that was for you, all you. Cool, she says, cool. Okay. Oh my God, I can retire. Okay, that was amazing. Thank you. Oh, I made it. Thank you. That just made my ears when you say that. Okay, all right, you get here. You know who you are. Brielle and Abby. I had to interrupt their emotional moment because I had to tell you guys come to the front. Get over here. All right, so there's this really cool class that we added now that we have Mr. David. It's called the accompanist class. And it's all about what you've seen today. It's working with their accompanist, not just a voice teacher, to be able to shape their music and music dynamics and musicality, hear harmonies, learn how to do harmonies, learn how to work with your accompanist, not just snap at them, how to put things in your book, all sorts of things. And David has worked very, very hard with these three girls.
Thank you, David. Thank you, David.
And it's a class that like anyone who wants to be anything in the theater should take. But moving on from that, you heard them open the show. This is a totally different style trio along the movie lines of Lucy's song. It's a soft place to land from the musical ages.
Sometimes I still see her, another dreamer. She say nothing impossible. A dream needs believing to taste like the real thing, like some stranger you recognize. So pure, so electric, so sure, so connected to those little believers inside. Make me all be so lucky. My dreams are elusive, the kind we've gotten used to. Is something I can feel, nothing I can hold, nothing that I know. Days come and they go, but hold them and keep them. Hold them and keep them. And know that you need them. And know that you need them. And a breaking point so that you have. My dream is a soft place to land. We all be so lucky.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winning of the accompanist class on Friday is Fiona Savvy and the Okay, the bow for your dual performances today. And, all right, we are down to the final three. We made it. Only been 3 hours. On Barclay time, what is that really, right? I mean, come on. Dude, listen, the world is going to fully reopen soon and we're all going to have somewhere to be. But right now, here we go, right? So, we got 3 more to go. And it's going to be emotional to say goodbye at the end of the night. But I think a beautiful way to start this is with Gabby Condon. Nothing stops another day. Sorry. What? Yes, you did. Yes, you see this is going to be your finger. Yeah, you did. You did. It's okay, David. You've been playing music since noon today. You sang 45 show tunes you never heard before and played them. So it's okay. Yeah. Oh my God, poor David just got nervous. It's okay. He's like, okay, we got it. We got it. Plus, you have Gab. She's got you. Right? You got him, right? Gab's got you. So I tried to pick songs with my music, with my voice students that had something to do with what they were going through this year. And there is, he's like, oh, And this is a song called Nothing Stops Another Day from the musical Ghost, based on the movie. And Gabby and I talked a lot about the lyrics to this song and how it means how much energy it takes to be able to look forward to the next day no matter what is happening in your current life. And that even if things are amazing or things are really, 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 really hard, sun's gonna rise. And there's gonna be another day. And nothing can stop that. And all the possibilities and options and hope that comes with knowing that the sun will rise. So Gabby Condon, for the final performance of the night, Nothing Stops Us. And ladies and gentlemen, I just want you to know that this girl had sang into her computer for all year, and then she came to the studio, and all of a sudden her mood soaking up again, and it was like the heavens open. So it's a gift to you. Enjoy.
I see the sunrise from my window. And that's the reason I've been blind, but I couldn't see at all. The shadows were too tall, but I'm seeing it today. I could see the people speaking. I couldn't hear a word they say, just the echo passing through an empty hall. I'm hearing it today. Because the world keeps turning, and I guess it always will. I can choose to turn around, or I can choose to just stand still. Either way, nothing stops another day. I lost my life and all its meaning, and so I locked myself away, hiding my heart behind the wall. I couldn't feel it beat at all, but I'm feeling it today. Because the world keeps turning, I know I guess it always will. I can choose to turn it on, or I can choose to just stand still. Either way, nothing stops another day.
kids like their whole passion in the world. Like they were singing along. So it's emotional. It's emotional. Doctor. That was nice, right?
Yeah.
Gabby, congratulations. Okay, everybody. I did you a favor. We have 2 songs left. I'm going to pick you up off the floor of that emotional song. I decided that we should probably sing something from SpongeBob music. And the only person weird enough, talented enough to do it would be this fellow that we know by the name of Sam. And the way that I got Sam to agree to do this song, although Tara texted me after they listened to it on the way home and was like, "You're a genius on this song." So I was like, "I gave the song to SpongeBob," and she's like, "Oh, that's so good that I trust and love you." So we heard the song, and Sam looked at me that way too. He was like, "What are you doing?" So I promised him that I would have Mr. Jason and Mr. David sing the part of Mr. Krabs. So between the 2, you're going to hear a little Mr. Krabs action over here. And Mr. Sam is going to say something, which I love the song. I'm not a simple sponge, but before I just need to say, Sam challenged me a little bit during this year and his mother, and was a little bit like, I don't know if I should go back in person. I kind of want to hide my room. I don't know if I should. I'm not sure. Yeah. And I don't know who pushed his butt out of the house. It might have been Tara. It might have been Allie, really. Because Allie's been out the gate this year. Might have been you. I don't know. I'm not quite sure how. Maybe Brad. Oh, by the way, did you see our virtual live stream and Sam's dad, Brad, performed on our virtual live stream on the keys? Cardiologist, on keys, virtual live stream. So, I just want to say that the Artells, from Tara taking a turn in Willy Wonka, as Grandma Josephine, to Allie, who has, up till a year ago, I don't think you open your mouth and actually speak to me, and now you're trying to take the trophy for playing every animal part at BARCLAY, if possible. And Sam went through a really weird year. And I think the best thing of my year was one of the few really beautiful moments is when Sam came up to me and said, "I just want to thank you because I have my happy back." And you know what, Sam? That gave me my happy back. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's the second to last song of the night. I am not a simple sponge. Somebody get up there!
Sure, I spend my days floating around, head in the bubbles with my feet on the ground. But there is more to me than just my name. Give me a chance and I could change the game. And maybe one day, Mr. Krabs will say, "The Krusty Krab's yours, it's your lucky day." That is what I've always wanted. And I can finally say I've done it. Let me have adventure, be a contender, and oh,
Yes, Sam.
I wish you'd see I'm not just a sponge next door. There's gotta be a better way, a way to save the town I love. But how can I stop the end of the world? Am I just a simple sponge? So, what if I'm a sponge? It's what I want to be. There isn't anyone who stretches like me. Employee of the month 2 years in a row. Undisputed master of my own dojo. And everyone here knows that they can depend on this extra jellyfish who's trusted. I can eat a lot of ice cream. I can even play my nose Let me have adventure, I'm a contender, and more. Can't you see I'm not just the sponge next door? I wish that I could turn back time. Never thought my world could end. I only wanna hang out with my friends. But fear, I fear, is dragging us down. Now there's panic that's run amok in my simple town. Just give me adventure, I'm a contender. Oh, I will show I'm not just a sponge next door. I'm gonna find a better way, a way to save the life I love. And I am gonna stop the end of the Just a simple sponge. You're wrong, Mr. Krabs. I'll stop that volcano. I'll use science. Like Sandy said, we could use her on the team. We'll use her super duper jetpack. It only fits one. Lots of climbing. Patrick, he's super strong. With Sandy's brains and Patrick's rods, blessed by. I'm not sure what my feelings, but that won't stop me. Because when the going gets tough, the sponge gets going. No, I'm not a simple sponge. I am not a simple sponge. Now at last I found a way to save the town I love. I am not a simple sponge.
Go! None of us are simple sponges. Sam Recital, ladies and gentlemen. Or should I say, the candy? Okay, you must really want that. Ladies and gentlemen, Sam and the Recital family. I couldn't have done it this year without you. As a human, as a personal, non-business owning human, as a teacher, as a producer, as a friend, as a business. Thank you. All of you. All of you. Thank you. I love you. Okay, we have performance. That's it. Everyone on the count of three, give me an awe. 1, 2, 3. Aw! Okay, so you're not the last performance of the night. This is my friend Eliza. Make some noise if you know who this person is. Eliza has been a student of ours for a couple of years now. She is a very, very, very special person to me. She's educated me in a lot of ways. We work together in a lot of ways. We've overcome a lot of things. And she's a senior. And she just, what? Say it.
I just graduated.
Yeah!
I'm going to study for a year in Israel.
Eliza has studied really hard between myself and Mr. David. She's not singing tonight due to a handful of different conflicts, different things in her life, but the thing that made me so happy is as soon as you were able, you turned around and you were sitting there, cheering for everybody, and videotaping your friends, and being Eliza is a staple of BARCLAY. You are always welcome to come back home wherever you're at. You're also the oldest of how many siblings? 8 siblings. She is an incredible human being, and while we don't get to hear her beautiful voice tonight, just because we didn't know she'd join us, I would like her to have the applause she so deserves after this year. As one of our own seniors in-house, you and Alex, I would like to say for all of us in the BARCLAY family that you are welcome back here whenever you want. But I hope your life is loving and successful enough that we don't see you for a while. And if I see you every day, I'll be as proud of you. Both of you. Okay? So you all give a round of applause. All right. Brielle, get up. Come on, Tessa, let her out. Okay. Everyone is freaking out about this because she deserves it. It's rightly deserved, the amount of love. This is why she was our JP Award winner. Brielle and Lucy told me about this weird show on Netflix, Josie and the Phantoms.
Yeah.
And Jason and I were trying to get along with our student teacher to watch it so we could talk the lingo. It was a weird show. But anyway, I shared. It's fun. Okay, so I shared my love of musical TV shows with Brielle. And there was a TV series that came out that should still be on, in my opinion, called Smash. And I'm not sure if anyone saw it, but it was a really incredible TV series. And when I introduced Brielle to it and I gave her the song, I knew we get along. She loved it. So, this is our last performance of the night. I'm not getting up here again after she sings because I can't follow it. So, here's what I'm going to say. When this song ends, you're free to go. You're free to do whatever you want to do. Love, eat, sleep, I don't care. But what I want to say is thank you to everyone still here, to everyone who waited all night, to everyone who waited 3 hours, to everyone who wishes it was going on longer, to everyone who wishes it ended 3 hours ago, but it's that you're still here. To anyone who has supported us, to anyone who is new, to anyone watching our live stream, to Kelly DiLorenzo, who came from walking her dog, to Gus Garcia, who is here, to Heather's Beyonce, because I'm married in the ball, who has sat here, Oliver, to be supportive, to Mr. David. Thank you for having my back here. And thank you for having the back of 30 students. You arriving an hour and 45 minutes earlier than I asked you to come today, and you stayed all day and you sat here I thank you. You are an incredible addition to our family, and I'm so happy that you're with us. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, this was BARCLAY Performing Arts 2021, end of the year sharing. This was our stage. Brielle all year her anthem was "If I Had a Stage." She played Miss Hornsby in our live stream of Band Geeks, and the song was "If I Had a Stage." So Brielle, you worked hard enough this year that we built you on. And I want you to step to the front of it. And I want you to take the moment you deserve because we're all here to support you and love you. And to everyone, we are BARCLAY. And
We love you, Christine!
Fading on a girl with a hunger for fame, and a face and a name to remember. The past fades away, 'cause as of this day, Norma Jean's gone, she's moving on. Her smile, your fantasies, play a duet that will make you forget where you are. Music starts playing, it's
They feel her soul. She's in control. Control of the laughter. The tears just like pearls. When her all in his love. Wrap a and its magic will be making. Let me be your song. I'll just have to forget the hurt that came before. Forget what used to be. The past is on the cutting room floor. The future is here with me. To upon a star, in her sights, and the love and the lights that surround her. One day she'll think twice, the dues and the price she'll have to pay. I know to pay. She'll do all she can for the love of one man and for millions to come from above. What you've been needing, it's all here and my heart's moving. Let me be your And Jason! Not the picture. Sounds great, but
Hello? No, right? Oh, God. So good.
right? All that that we listen to, all that singing.
See you later, internet world.